it's match day, and unless I have this totally wrong, unless there's a 10-goal swing, regardless of what happens today, we stay fourth. And, I mean, I was sort of looking, you know, don't you find you sort of stare longingly at the league table a little bit more than you ever used to now, rather than sort of looking at it sort of between your fingers or from behind the sofa, looking at it, a worried glance at the league table has been replaced by a sort of a study of the points and goal difference and what you need to do to retain your Champions League place. Anyway, unless I've got that wrong, that's what I think to be the case. And I thought to myself, well, we can't fly under the radar anymore with this sort of stuff. We just can't. There would have been a time gone by when we might have thought, well, we can surprise some of these teams. Maybe a team like Liverpool might have come up against West Ham and rested some players. You can understand it, by the way. We've got a terrible record against Liverpool. Actually, the last season at Upton Park was great. I think we drew them in the Cup as well. Whatever, we seemed to beat them a lot that season. It seemed that way anyway. But traditionally, we've got a terrible record against Liverpool. And you can sort of understand that. And you can understand Liverpool being in a situation where I might think, well, we're playing West Ham, we'll rest a player or two. Our only hope would have been, and you could take Liverpool or take anyone else, that when you play those big teams, their eye is off the ball a little bit. Liverpool might look at Atletico Madrid in the week and take that more seriously than they would take the game against West Ham. Those days are gone. And you're just going to have to accept that when you have a level of consistency. We did the video last week or week before last about us over the last 18 months or whatever it is, of 18 months of football or season and a half, of us being there, 4th or 5th by rights. Now, if you're going to, over a period of 50, 60 games, be having an aggregate position of a Champions League place, the other team's going to look at you, the other team's going to take you quite seriously. Klopp's not going to have to G his players up for this. He's not going to have to convince them that West Ham are going to be up for it. Footballers are nosy anyway. Footballers watch Sky. Footballers watch Match of the Day. They'll all know all about West Ham, and they'll know how we play. They'll know what we're going to come and do, and the way we're going to try and sort of counteract what Liverpool are going to do, which I think makes it all the tougher. But there was something that I'd sort of forgotten, really, particularly in the build-up, which was when I was looking at the fixture congestion, when I was looking at maybe we had to play a couple of players in Europe in the week against Genk that we wouldn't have ideally have played, I sort of forgot that we got this international break coming up. So actually, I'm less worried about it. I think Moyes has taken that into his planning. I think he's looked at it and thought, well, that's okay, actually. People like Cresswell, people like Antonio, Rice and Souček, they can really give it all in this game against Liverpool because they've got a rest. Well, I say they've got a rest. Some have got a rest. Who's got a rest? Cresswell, Bowen. Actually, there ain't that many that have got a rest. My point being, Moyes can look to regroup afterwards. We can deal with the concerns about Antonio going away and things like that afterwards. But my point is, it's not like Moyes has got a game coming up on Thursday that he's got to look out for in the players. And so I think we're going to go for it. I think we're going to attack. I think we're going to go at them fast. I think Moyes understands the value of making the stadium noisy, and the stadium will be noisy. I'm going myself, really, really looking forward to it. And this is a tough one. It's a tough one to call, but you've got to put it into perspective and into context of everything else that's gone on in the league this weekend, because I think there's been some fascinating results. And you look at the league. Hold on, I need my glasses. Who am I kidding? Wait there. The Chelsea result stands out. Now, if you look at the league, Chelsea have got 26 points. West Ham have got 20. We win our game, and it ain't going to be easy to win our game. I mean, it's really not. All right, but we go into third, and third proper, but joint second with Manchester City, but only 3 points off Chelsea. Now, I'm saying it like we're going to get 3 points. It's highly unlikely that we will. Moyes' form against the top 4 teams is not that of a man who goes for it. That being said, and I know they're not top 4, Man United. In fact, they're 5th. And I know they're having their own issues at the moment. But I did feel when we played Man United, we went for it, and that was, I felt we were a little bit unlucky in that. And Man United then were playing a lot better than they're playing now. for whatever reason, Lingard's sort of not featuring now. He was there, and we know what happened in the game, the penalty with Noble. I thought we actually went for that. So I do wonder if he's going to change his mindset this season. David Moyes at the start of the season had alluded to the fact that he wanted to get 3 or 4 more points than last season. I don't think he actually put a figure on it when he spoke about another win or another couple of draws or something just to take us up to that next level. I think he meant, you know, what can we do to get us into 4th? And you know what, that would have done it last season, of course. So I do wonder if he's going to take this more seriously, and I think he may well attack Liverpool. But the difference I'm saying at the start of the video is I think Liverpool will be ready for that. There's going to be no surprises for Jurgen Klopp. There's going to be no surprises for anyone in that Liverpool team or the Liverpool coaching staff when West Ham come at them. They're going to know that they're facing one of the better teams in the Premier League. Amazing. It's amazing to say that. You've got to make Liverpool heavy favourites for it, though. But there's some other things this weekend which I feel have gone in our favour a little bit. Before I do, let me point you towards the OneFootball app who are sponsoring this video. The link is in the description below. If you click that link, I know you've come from Hammers Chat, download it to your phone. It is an excellent app, particularly on match days. It'll ask you who you support. Click on OneFootball. Click that you support West Ham. Puts all the news, all the West Ham news into one place for you. An hour before kick-up. Kick-up? What's a kick-up? Oh yeah, it's keep you up, isn't it? An hour before kick-off, the teams will be downloaded to your phone, so you'll be able to see the lineups. I'll be doing that. I wonder, actually, I'll be doing a terrible 4G signal, by the way, last time when I went to the Tottenham game. Anyway, don't worry about that. We digress. That's the OneFootball app. Best of all, it's free. All your West Ham news, all in one place. Click the link below. Okay, so this game here, and the context of the league, there's other connotations, and that is that Arsenal have yet to play. Now, Arsenal, if they win and they're playing Watford, it's funny, isn't it? He's under pressure, Arteta, but you look at it and you think, well, hold on, that's not really a bad start, really, if after 11 games he can have 20 points. Listen, the point, we need to get at least a point. We need to keep them behind us. They'd stay behind us because of goal difference. You need a 10-goal swing. But we need to keep our foot down and start moving away from some of these teams. Everton and Tottenham also play as well. This is a really interesting game. Really interesting game. They both need to win for different reasons. Rafa needs to win to get the pressure off, and I don't think it's going to be a particularly easy game for Tottenham. I don't think it's going to be an easy game for Everton either. The fans are on his back, but he is a good manager. He's an able manager. Make no mistake about it. Rafa Benitez can put together a team to frustrate Tottenham. That's beyond doubt. The whole Conte thing, I don't know. I like his style more than I like Eddie Howe's style. I'll get to that in just a second. But what we don't need are these teams sort of creeping up and sneaking up on us. The best result for us there is a draw. Let's not muck around here. Tottenham have signed a superstar manager, a world-class manager. I think Tottenham's biggest problem later on down the line is that they're unlikely to sign world-class players to supplement that. I think Mourinho was, even if it's historically, was a world-class manager. They do that. They will chuck. They're happy to chuck, I think, £10 million a year on wages for a manager. You don't ever feel that Tottenham are going to go out and buy a player for 100 million, and that's probably what you need to. Well, it is what you need to do. And he's got the whole Harry Kane situation. So that one's going to be interesting. A draw would be rather nice to play out there. The reason I bring up Eddie Howe and I bring up Newcastle is because I thought that was a really interesting point that they got against Brighton, and I'm quite pleased about that because that takes Brighton to 17 points after 11 games. I do think Brighton are a good team. I don't think they played well against Newcastle, by the way, but again, if we can start getting a bit of daylight between these teams, then I think it allows us to sort of relax and really push on and hope that there's a sort of breakaway. I do wonder if there's going to be a breakaway top 6 with us that are there and then Arsenal joining as well. Ain't going to be easy. Ain't going to be easy for us to stick with it. The old Eddie Howe thing I found really strange. Conte went in there, and apparently, I don't know if this is true, Conte went into Tottenham. He landed in London on the morning, and apparently, he went straight to the training ground, and he couldn't help himself. He started joining in with a session and start. He just wanted to get his fingerprints all over it. That's a manager. That's a really, really good one. I find it really strange when a manager joins and they go and sit in the stands. And I was watching Eddie Howe sat in the stands. Well, what are you doing there, mate? You know what I mean? I don't know how he could remain there and not want to go down at half time and start start putting his fingerprints over the team, start instructing them what to do. I think they got away with one in many respects. But I think it was probably a good point away from home. But I was happy that they managed to take 2 points off Brighton, certainly. But I mean, they've got a struggle there. I really do feel Newcastle got a struggle, particularly because if I got it right, Norwich City beat Brentford, which is the only result I got right in my crappy little ACCA that I did. But if you look at the Premier League, then Newcastle have played 11 games, got 5 points. If they stay roughly where they are, they're not going to be able to bring in that many players who are going to make that much of a difference to them. They're not going to bring in players of the quality they want to bring in to get them up the league, particularly when it looks like Burnley are coming into a bit of form, as we mentioned earlier. Leeds, well, I guess we're not going to know. Watford, are they going to get a little bounce under Ranieri? I guess it's really hard to say, but I just looked at it and I thought, Eddie Howe, what are you doing set up in the stands there? It was almost like he was scared. It was almost like he expected to lose against Brighton. But if he's sat in the stands, you can almost say, oh, that's not my fault. That's not my fault. I've got to be honest, if I was paying someone millions of pounds, which obviously the new owners of Newcastle are, millions of pounds a year, I mean, what are you doing? Get to work. Just do it. Anyway, it's going to be interesting watch, that one. Really interesting watch. But you looked at the way Callum Wilson broke away and you think, actually, if you've got a striker and someone that Howe's worked with before, may well have enough to get them out of it. I think Newcastle's biggest problem is finding another 2 teams aside from Norwich who are going to be worse than Newcastle. I think that's going to be the one. Anyway, just really, really interesting. I do think when I look at the Premier League, when I look at the results, I don't think I think they've sort of gone in our favour a little bit. I think Southampton can win, they can lose, and everyone can win and lose. But, them beating Aston Villa, I just think it's set it up quite nicely for today. So I will post a video later on. I may have had a glass of beer or 2. So hopefully I'll get my microphone to work, so myself and Tony can give you a little post-match review after the game. But I do want to say a massive thanks to ETC, the sponsors of this channel, because they've invited me to the game and I'm joining ETC. You may or may not know this, ETC Sports Services are massive West Ham fans and are massive supporters of the channel, by the way. So yeah, we're very, very grateful to them. They've been with us a long, long time. So I'm going to go and enjoy the game with them and enjoy their hospitality. Tony's joining me too. So that should be loads and loads of fun. Maybe a slightly inebriated myself giving you a post-match review. Probably won't talk a lot. Actually, who am I kidding? I probably will. But I'll probably get Tony to do the analysis. Hopefully it's a win. Hopefully it's a win. It ain't going to be easy. Liverpool are absolutely capable of turning us over. They really are. But we're going to cause them problems. I've no doubt about that. And they ain't going to be looking forward to it. And I just wonder if corners are going to play a part in this game.